Here's the video presentation for Team 12's ECCA site management system. So ECCA and their product Mutual Expert is an application developed by ECCA for mutual insurance companies through which they can do all their business. It's used by a lot of companies nationwide, and it's actively developed, and they do a lot of error analysis. The Mutual Expert team also has different levels of technical ability in their different staff roles. So the needs for this project are a centralized client database connection because all of their error logs are spread out across an individual database for each client, and they have no way to view that all in one place. ECCA also wanted us to experiment with new frameworks that would potentially meet the future goals of Mutual Expert. The other needs are streamlined site error analysis. That's the ability to fetch errors and detailed information about those errors from each database, and streamlined site insurance statistic analysis. So not only error logs, but getting insurance data from each of their clients using Mutual Expert. And we'll show you what that system looks like now. So the average user would log into their account. They would see this dashboard page. This displays the number of clients that they've connected, the highest error count that's happened today, and the page with the most errors, as well as some nice little graphs here to display this in the static information. This page is where they can query their error logs. So you would select a client, any other search parameters you like. We'll select the company portal. If you query that, it'll give you all the results for that site. You can also select multiple websites. These search parameters will apply to all of those fields. Over here is the insurance data part. So you can choose a date range, again, which sites you want to apply it to, and query what could be multiple types of data for each site for the insurance data. So again, you could choose multiple sites here, as well as multiple lines from each site or across sites. It's really valuable for ECCA to have this kind of data visualization so that they're able to compare their different metrics about the insurance across their different companies in one place, as well as the lines compared to the companies themselves. You know, a company that has multiple lines, they can compare how they're performing in this same application. Now, as part of both the error logs and the insurance data that we just looked at, each of them generate reports from the query that basically just store the results of the query that you've done in a static way, either in a PDF or in an Excel or a CSV in case you want to do some other data manipulation. And we're able to actually automatically generate those as well. So the users can create a new report. We'll look at this configuration here, where you can set up your search parameters as well as where you want it to go, the frequency that the report will automatically generate, the format that it will generate in, where to send it, all of that, the search parameters. And you can run the report, and you can see all of the different runs that you've completed, and so that you can go back in the report generation history and re-download any of the other reports that you ran. Here's an example of what one of those reports looks like for error logs. So the ECCA would be able to, let's say, every month figure out exactly which error is occurring the most by running one of these reports, running a quick query on all that information. Down here in the settings page is where you can add these site connections. So you can add a nickname. You would put the URL for the Mutual Expert site, as well as the API username and password, and you can manage those here. There are also site admins, so you can manage all your users. You're only able to view this page if you yourself are an admin, where you're able to edit accounts and promote other people to the administrator role. That is the ECCA site management system.